What is going on, people? Welcome. Johnny here, and we are playing some RimWorld. This is going to be an ice sheet 1.3 triple cold snap ice sheet playthrough. Very limited mods. In the description you can find the download file for this start. I turned off ideology because it adds a ton of shit to the map, and I think that would make it easier. Whereas if you go without ideology, you don't get structures and you don't get all kinds of things you can destroy on the map for bonus steel later on. So I'm gonna do it without ideology and without royalty for whatever it's worth. So this is the mod list. If you look in the description, there is a download that has ideology active, so you can load that baby up too if you want to try it with ideology. I didn't make one for royalty, but there you go. So that's the mods. Let me just jump into the game because I had to edit the save file in order to get the triple cold snap to actually happen, a permanent triple cold snap. So alright, so here we are. Can I see? Yeah, we're on the ice sheet. Again, you can play this. So if you're looking at the planet sidewise, I went with a very cold planet. And again, I did add the triple. Where'd it go? You get to the poles, it gets a little weird. This is fortuitous because there's some trading partners, assuming we ever have the capacity to get out there. Can you go there? So that's 5 days away, which is not going to be easy. So if we zoom in on the ice sheet in 1.3, apparently you get mountains. So I was hoping for just a plain map, but there it is. You didn't get that in 1.1. I just used the crash landed scenario and then removed a bunch of stuff. I didn't add or remove. I did add steel. I didn't add steel. So if we do this, it's 1170 on the map. There's 300 wood, which is a little bit intimidating. And then there's 30 components, and when she lands, she'll start with meds and such. So as soon as you pause it, unpause the game, the temperature starts dropping rapidly. So you have to have your shiza together. If you watch my 1.1 ice sheet playthrough, I'm gonna do something similar because I know it works. You also end up oddly with steam geysers on an ice sheet, and there's none really close enough that we can leverage. We have to like desperately get in here and build a place to live. So if you picked a spot on the map and one of these babies ended up here, you'd be sitting really pretty, but that is not the case here. So that's one difference between 1.1 and 1.3. We do have an ancient danger too, which we didn't have before. Before we had 0 structures in 1.1 and straight up just ice, none of this other stuff around. So I think that gives us a big leg up for mid to late game when we get the capacity to actually get out on the ice. Still, early game is going to be a struggle, and there are some ship chunks. That's just per the scenario. So I think with that, she's going to land right here. I'm going to do some basic shit. We do have a pawn. Nice. So we're going to get her to construct. She'll need a doctor as well. I can't make her self-tend yet. Those are going to be the most important things up front. I'm going to grab all the wood on the map, which it's all relatively nearby. And then I need to get a place to live. These should be hauled sooner rather than later, but I think we'll be fine. Alright, here she comes. Watch the temperature drop. As soon as she pops out of there, we need to pick some stuff up. So pick up all that. I've set her work to construct on a 1. Let's see if she can get it done before death sets in. Already botching them. That's not a good sign. Yeah, go get some of that. Yeah, get some fires going. Should have done that door sooner. That's a really bad situation. Why aren't... Oh god, it's made out of slate. Well, I suspect we're going to be restarting because she's going to be dead. Here we go. Alright. And she's got minor hypothermia. We have get inside, please. We will forbid this. So, it's about my 5th time, and some of these games have gone pretty long. In the realm of... Oh, she didn't get frostbite. That's bananas. In the realm of like 5 or 6 hours. So, the next thing we need to do is get our food secured. I'm going to set up a few zones. So, over here, we'll have a stockpile zone for raw resources. Everything but wood. So, those can all go there. And then I'm going to put a dumping stockpile for whatever it's worth over here. And we're not going to allow corpses. I don't think we'll need that. And then over here then we'll have a stockpile for... We're going to build a roof over it. So we'll make this one preferred. All this stuff, this... We do need to open the door. So it's -122. 2nd of Juggis, so that's the beginning of summer. Make sure she doesn't have any frostbite. So she's still pretty... Ooh, geez Louise. She's still pretty well frostbitten. I didn't mean to allow her outside there. So there you go. And hard snow. Temps inside are solid at least. So, she's doing her thing. And as soon as this wears off, we're going to get outside. Some roofs put up. Get some shit hauled. We do have components over here that are critical. The rest of this stuff, not so much. That's really irritating, Chica. Do me a favor and haul it. And, oh my god. I didn't realize she'd go up there. Alright, we're just going to pause. Dump everything. Draft up, go inside, try not to croak. So the only reprieve you really have at the beginning is that the temperature takes a little bit of time to drop. Otherwise, it is what it is. So we do have more meals up here, and there's more all the way up there. Those are going to be very tough to get to. Make sure you read the description fully. Can you not clean that trash up? Not yet. Because you do have to make a slight tweak to the core game definitions in order to actually have other pawns show up on this map. And the description of exactly what to do is in the description of this video. So, that's that. I'm going to wait for this to wear off, this hypothermia, and then we need to talk about building beds and research. So I think probably for research, wood's going to be the way to go. We need to move one of these stupid fires. We might need to push these walls out to do anything. So I might just go ahead and do that straight away because I know it's going to be required. Having done this several times, I can tell you right now, you can't overlap your zones. Not your zones, your interaction spots. Ooh, botched. Alright, now get inside. So, you just kind of boned. Alright, now you do your thing. Putting 57 steel down right inside. As soon as she's not cold again, we'll get this wall pushed out, and then we'll move some stuff around in here. We're at a point where, as long as we have wood, we're not going to die. We have wood here, and we have wood up here. I'm not going to unforbid anything, because that's going to lead to our death. I do have the mod installed to be able to move stuff around that you otherwise couldn't move. So, it's a little bit of a fuckery from the vanilla, but okay. But I don't think that's a bad thing. We're going to gather this stuff, and then we're just going to make her go inside. Come on. Oh my god, with the wood. Just draft up and go inside. Then we'll move some stuff around in here in the meantime. So let's reinstall this one there. We'll reinstall this one over there. Hopefully he's got a shovel for moving campfires. So anyways, back to our production tab, looking at making that as soon as she's no longer hypothermic. And she's crashing for the day, which is what it is. I guess it's fine, right? Temps are, she's slept in the heat. It's fantastic, isn't it? Anyway, I forgot to show you the storyteller. We are on Randy Random. Losing is fun. For this type of game, the randomness I find more enjoyable. So let's slow this down a little bit. Okay, so she's probably cool to start working on this. We have about 24 days of food, now less. We need to get a table built so she stops trying to eat outside. We also need to not let her get much past. No. Just go inside. If that's gonna be your move. It's because we don't have sufficient wood, so we're gonna have to make a run over here and grab this. I'm gonna use Haul Plus very sparingly. I say that all the time and fail, but in this situation, it's literally life or death. So, here we go. Alright, off she goes. We left our gun outside, and that's not an ideal situation. Can you then work on this? Because we also need to make sure she doesn't have reduced capacity for building right now, because if she does, we can't have her trying that. She definitely cannot be trying this, so stop what you're doing and stand around. Anyways, she can haul more stuff if she's not carrying this thing around. This thing weighs mass 3.5 kilograms. So we're getting more bang for our buck with the hauling. As soon as she hits manipulation of 100% again, which she's about to, there you go, we can build that. So we need batteries, we need hydroponics. Those are critical. And especially she spends a lot of time sitting around inside doing nothing. Now, where do we go from there? We use this to build beds and to build a table. One problem with that situation, we have this and this and this. So there's an interaction spot there, you can see. So we cannot build both a bed and a table. We can't put this here or here because of the interaction spots. Let me think about it. How many open tiles do we have if we do that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one's always going to be in the middle. Let's see if we can shift some stuff around. If we did this. Okay, now where does that make this one sensible to place? See, if only you could overlap interaction spots, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But you have to do something like this. So you can't leave yourself essentially 4 open tiles that are sufficient. What if we did that? It doesn't really matter where we put it. It's not going to make a difference. I've tried and tried. Now, one thing we can do, let's just cancel that, is we can start building stuff. We do have some steel right down here. There's also some steel over here. I would love to get these meals, but maybe, let's see, warmest part of the day is about 3 to 4 p.m. I don't think she can get out there because her gear, which I haven't shown you yet stupidly, only has her good to 43 Fahrenheit, 63 Celsius. It is 150 something degrees colder than that right now, Fahrenheit, and that's just bananas. And 111, 116, whatever, 115 Celsius degrees colder. So, what's more important, I guess, is the question. Either we get slept on the ground or we get A without a table. So it's minus, but we will get comfort bonuses for having a bed around as well. So I think we'll do a bed. We're going to do silver. So you can't overlap any interaction spot with this, which doesn't mostly make sense, but there it is. So let's do that and that. We'll at least have her bring in the material for this. And then from there she can... So let's see how cold she gets just grabbing these resources from very nearby. We don't want her building her bed without the best possible outcome. So let's do that. And I think once we're done with research, we take advantage of the... Oh my god. We take advantage of the blocks that are laying around. And let's hope it's poor. Of course it's fucking poor. It's almost always going to be poor. Bio, construction, 4 with a passion. Doesn't seem to matter. So, we can't build a heater because that requires 5 skill to build. We could go retrieve some wood. It is relatively warm time of the day. I wish we could make it out here. Let's try. If we could retrieve these, we'd be in much better shape. If she doesn't quite make it that far, let's kick it up a notch. Alright. And I think we're going to be just fine. In fact, while we're over here, let's go bananas. Oh, I didn't know she would double back. I'm just going to make her go inside right now. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. So during this season, I wonder if we could make it to this. The biggest challenge I've found in this game, in the multiple times I've failed after hours of investment, is getting power and so electricity stable along with heat. And I guess those two kind of go hand in hand at that point. And it's tough. And I've never yet been able to get to a point where I have stable food, meaning my hydroponics are growing sufficient rice. I've never got anywhere near being able to build more than 1 hydroponic. So we always end up doing mining either over here or over here. One time I got lucky and a bunch of spaceship chunks fell right nearby, so we got a leg up on that one. But alright, get that shit put away. Where do you think you're going? You're gonna grab that steel. I don't know if that's a great idea. Yeah, there we go. She'll be fine. And refueling campfire. You're telling they already need to be refueled. And that, oh god. Alright, we're gonna just force her to stay inside because it's not gonna be warm for a while. So even inside with the fires burning. Okay, it's stabilized. Thank god. That was... I thought we were doomed. So now is the warm time when we could be retrieving steel. We could be over here mining. And by the warm time, I mean it's only -125 Fahrenheit, which is -87 Celsius. So we have more options to be out and about doing stuff than we do because it's summer and it's almost the warmest part of summer. So I might start mining. She actually doesn't mine. I'm going to restrict that so I can manually do it. So you'll see it's a pretty pathetic undertaking. But maybe it's actually a better idea to try and retrieve more material. That's probably going to pay off more than... Or even deconstructing this at this point might be a better play. Let's see how bad she gets at just walking over here. No, she's doing just fine. She might get frostbitten. And just forget about it. Inside. Alright, well that wasn't bad. I don't think we could get up. We couldn't get over here and deconstruct this at this point, not without warmer clothes. But we could definitely grab this, especially if we went now, which is the warmest part of the day. But she's still at a pretty significant amount of hypothermia. Alright, round 2. Here we go. There are some geothermals over here. We have one over here. And down here. It would be so nice to enclose one of those early. If you have proximity heat mod, which would be fantastic, you could run over here, hide by it, or hunker down by it and warm up a bit, and then carry on. Alright, just draft up, dump that steel. Forget about it. All right, there we go. So still no table. I'm trying to conserve the steel. I'd rather use the wood because... Is there any other wood around? No, we've brought it all in. We have 1.6 days. It's day 4 in the evening. No, it's actually day 3 because we started on day 1. So then the next question becomes, do we try and do some mining in the meantime? I don't think it's a bad idea. Is there anything else that's slightly farther away? There's steel, but that's way too far. There's steel way out this way. Let's select all these. There's only 3 of those on the map yet. The last game where I failed, there were 9 of them laying in various places, but we couldn't get to any of them without dying. So here I am. So let's try some mining. So right now, she's non-hypothermic. She's also a fucking horrid miner at a 1. And we need to pay more attention to her health. So, wow. Okay, well that's enough of that. Back inside. Maybe I should have made her a quick learner or something. We could make an airlock. I think it's kind of early for that. I'd prefer to start making blocks before I start committing to extra building. We may have to do building because these things are all laying out deteriorating. At some point when this gets about 90%, I'll just pick it up to prevent it from deteriorating further. And then usually when I get into this mining thing, no matter what time of day it is, if she's non-hypothermic, just send her out till she gets to 20. And you can tell it's colder at night. She got 1 tick in. So that's where we're at. And I've had a few different ways that I've actually gotten somewhere. Meaning one time I almost built 3 structures. And I got this one double walled and the second one almost double walled too. So, alright. 7 a.m. negative 130. I think we'll just let her warm up a bit. She doesn't have a meal. We need to get a table going. Between initial optimism and low expectations, we should be fine. She is hungry, though. Why don't you just draft, pick up 1, go inside. If I don't do that, she'll stand around outside and eat it. That only makes me wait around longer for the hypothermia to go away. All right, the 10 a.m. mining run is on. So she got there at 10%. It took her until 17% to get a single tick of mining done. And after the second one, I bailed. Well, at least we have this. She also gets decent rec just from nothing in here, just chilling out. I'd really like to build around here, but I'm trying to hold off. Trying to determine what's the most important thing I should be doing too, because I failed this so many times. Let's see. All right. But gathering steel is the #1 thing. So once we have a bunch of steel about, and we need an extra like several hundred, so it doesn't much matter. All right. Yeah, this is going to take forever. Let's go check that bio. It won't be too long before she goes up a level on mining. That'll help out. That'll also, maybe I should mine several of them down before I start gathering the steel. That's not a bad idea because then we get higher yields. So, maybe. All right, O'Leary here came on the map and then for some reason it wasn't recording, but he walked down from the top. He was a visitor, and then he died right there. We didn't strip him because his gear's not that good. We'd like to get more visitors from his faction. We did have a trader come on and immediately bail. They don't ever actually make it over here. I mean, his gear would help us get more mining, would have. We have rules. Check out the rules in the description. We're not going to wear tainted apparel. And we are going to try to mine. She got 1 tick, and she was at 22%. Negative 130%. Perhaps she wasn't fully recovered when I took her out, but I swear she was. Anyway, good thing we have a lot of time to sit around with our thumbs and our keysters researching. Oh shit, our fire just went out. That's the ultimate importance right there. Yeah. That I might have to get some rudimentary or some non-battery powered just power going here, or non-battery backup to power going. So let's see, we need a wind turbine. I'm going to leave a gap for walking. And then we need power conduit. We can't build a heater yet. We can't build a battery yet. I don't have her prioritizing I do have her prioritizing construction. She can deliver a whoa, that was an interesting choice. I don't want her building this, but if she wants to deliver resources to it, it's a-okay for the moment, and then we can just chill inside till she warms up. So right now her manipulation is only at 70%, and she's at minor, and then you can see when she gets under 20, maybe at 20 or under, it goes back up to 87. When she gets to 3% hypothermia, this will go back to 100%. And so that makes moving across the map very dangerous as well, because you get to a point where you don't know if you're going to get back, and then you're getting slower and slower. And when the manipulation starts to fail here, we also know she has a higher chance to fail this construction, which is a real bummer. All right, so 21% back inside you. We also have to get her some construction experience, because right now she can't build the shit we need built. Meaning she can't even build a heater, so it doesn't really matter that we've built a giant wind turbine. We can't make a tiny heater, so go figure that one out. Well, cheers to the patrons: Adam C., Shroud, Benjamin D., Thomas K., Carrie Mahoney, Cornel Bodar, Dimitri Ruri, Kid Genghis Keith, Ginger Vitus, Groove Lord, Gunnar Orn, Ragnarsson, Avash 5, Nagar, James Varley, Grim, Natanzio, Shiggy, Baba Evac, Sebastian Schaefer, Roses and Sabres, Resock, Patrick Johnson, and Michael Sager. You guys are fantastic. Oh, there's a bunny. We don't have our gun. Are we still hypothermic? We are not. We're going for that fucking bunny, dude. Maybe we should just assault it. Fisticuffs. We're not going to be able to catch it. Draft it. Come on. Oh, she's a 5. She should be able to hit the damn thing. She's also hypothermic. No, you never see wildlife here. Wing it. Well, we've got it on the run. 6.1%. We're fine. Another shot. Holy shit balls. I don't believe it. That's the first time she's actually killed anything on the map. All right, man. Well, next time we'll get that little effer butchered up. And it's not going to make much, but there you go. That was exciting. I'll see you guys next time.